Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Zach Vago, aka the Weight Loss Professor, and in this video, I want to kind of dive into what it looks like to go from having a bad lifestyle that might be pro addiction to a completely free, cold turkey, healthy lifestyle. So, for me specifically, what I've had to deal with was eating disorders, food addiction, porn addiction, and now I'm 200 pounds down. I have such a more incredible lifestyle. I have fought everything. I have overcome everything. And as a coach now who teaches how to get out of these things, I have to analyze and study how do people break through addictions? How did I do it? Was it easy? Just the different lifestyle approaches that you have to, go to the lengths to change. And for me, let's dive back to what life looked like 3, 4 years ago. Played a lot of video games. That's why I got fat in the first place. That's why food addiction was obviously so easy. I could sit there and play video games for 8 hours a day and just sit there and eat all day, right? Your mind isn't registering food that you're eating when you are doing something while eating. So if you're watching TV, if you're watching a football game, if you're watching something, playing something, and eating, you could sit there and do it unlimited as if like you weren't even conscious that you were eating. That's how bad it gets. So I was gaming. I was not caring about my diet, not caring about what I consumed mentally when it came to pleasuring myself, getting dopamine rushes. I literally wasn't doing anything. Like I can't even say I was doing different factors or doing much because that's how low the lifestyle was. The lifestyle was so low that's how little that I had anything impacting me. It's hard to explain from the bottom end because usually at the top end I can tell you like, okay, this is where we've grown to. This is what we have to do to get out of this situation. But my situation was so lackluster at the beginning in terms of what I was doing that it's a bad example. But even things like how I was acting, how I was going about life. I was a negative individual. I hated life. I was ready to die. I gave up on life. I was hoping that I'd die early. I had doctors tell me that I'd die early, and I was like, nice, that's awesome. I was deep down. I've always wanted, a family, but when you're morbidly obese like that and have been for so long and have failed so many weight loss journeys, it just seems so hopeless. And that's where I was. I was ready for it all to end, and now I'm here. The most positive individual that I could be. I love motivating people. I love being an encourager. All I do is spread positivity. I sit there and start slurring in the gym trying to talk to someone because I'm nervous, but I just want to see someone smile or, say what's up to someone who looks like, they're a little bit shy or nervous to be in the gym. I'm just that guy. I love cracking jokes in public, just trying to get people to smile because I know how deep sad, depressing life can be for a lot of people when they're juggling work, juggling a stressful home life and whatnot. So let's stay back on topic, how to overcome an addiction. Think about lifestyle. What are you doing? Are you watching Netflix? Are you playing video games? Are you watching things that are pleasuring yourself? Are you diving into alcohol? Are you doing drugs? What's your guilty pleasure? And what are you doing surrounding that guilty pleasure? Now let me kind of show you where I've grown to now. So I was over here. Now let me show you what I did to end up over here. So now let's look at what I do to better myself. I go to the gym. I focus on diet. Diet's a 24/7 thing. You never don't diet, right? So including those two things, what am I doing? I'm focusing on water intake. I am cleaning. I'm keeping my environment clean. I am making my bed. I am cleaning the bathroom. I am cleaning the kitchen. I am making sure that when I leave the house every morning to go to the gym, there are no dishes out. There are no dirty dishes, no clean dishes. Everything's put away. Everything's OCD clean. And that's the complete opposite in terms of cleanliness compared to back when I was fat. Even so, this is what I just skipped over 2 minutes ago. Even showering, I wasn't consistently showering multiple times a day if I needed to. Now, if I have to shower, go to the gym, come home, go shower and then go somewhere in the evening, like I'll do that. I will shower as many times as I need to. I will clean my room as many times as I need to. I will vacuum as many times as I need to. I will do the dishes as quickly as possible, as whatever as I need to, in case someone's coming over, or just because in my morning I need it to be clean before I leave to go to the gym. That's the OCD that I have. Like, I need to win at all these things, because that's what keeps me sane. That's what keeps me grounded. And keeping yourself grounded is what is key when it comes to addiction. So let me backtrack to stay on topic. We're talking about cleanliness. I'm keeping everything clean, keeping the car clean, the inside of the car. The inside of the car. I don't let things get messy, because once you start letting yourself go in one aspect, everything will start crumbling around you. Once my room starts becoming ugly, then the kitchen becomes ugly. Once everything in these two places become ugly, now my car gets ugly, now everything gets ugly. And that's where life starts spiraling. This is where you start letting addiction control your life. I'm going to say no, addiction is not going to control my life. I'm going to stay grounded in my diet, in my workouts, in keeping everything in my house clean. Making sure, I have meals ready for me to go. I am not slacking in any aspect of life, because once you start slacking in one aspect of life, that's where our mental fortitude that I've mentioned in one of my last videos starts to go. And once your mental fortitude goes, you don't have any will to choose the harder option anymore. And overcoming addiction, overcoming a bad lifestyle, whatever it includes, takes will and determination. And all that goes out the window if you are having to fight that day in and day out. So that's why going to the gym doesn't have to be a struggle if you do it the first thing in the day. And you actually get dopamine spikes from hitting the gym in the morning. It sets the tone for the day. It's wonderful. But there's an analogy that I used to use where pretend you had a bag of chips, right? And I don't mean potato chips. I mean like poker chips, right? A bag of chips. Like poker chips. Every time you had to choose the harder option, or whether or not you got embarrassed or shamed or felt some sort of negative emotion, you lose a chip. So let's say work, stressful project, presentation, your boss gets on your butt about something that you didn't do, or you didn't do it properly or the way he wanted and you thought you did, you lose chips. Let's say you had a test at school, you did horrible, you lose chips. You get embarrassed in front of the class, you lose chips. You turn out in front of someone at a red light thinking there was no car in front of you. Boom, you're embarrassed, you feel horrible, you're red-faced, that you lose chips. You didn't meal prep the day before, so now you don't have a lunch at work, and now you have to order something. You lose chips. And you only have a certain amount of chips, and at the end of the day, after a long work day, when you come home, or maybe when you need to go to the gym because you waited until the end of the work day to go to the gym, now you don't have any chips left to put into the good investment side of your life. You have lost all your chips into the negative embarrassment side of life, which there's a better way of explaining that back in the day. But the point is, as the day goes on, you lose the mental fortitude, the will, and the desire to better yourself. It's easy. That's why everyone at night fails their diet. It's why everyone binges at night. It's why everyone skips their nightly workout. It's so easy to just, wow, today was stressful. I'm going to go home, eat, order some food, watch Netflix, and go to sleep, right? Because we want the new day to start because today was so horrible. And that's what we need to overcome. We need to kill that I guess, the ability for us to lose. We can't set ourselves up to lose, or else we will. And that's why we need to kill that early on. We need to get the workout in early. We need to kill it. We need to have our meal prepped. We need to know what we're having for breakfast, lunch, for dinner. If we're snacking, we need to know what we're doing. And hey, if it means that night you have to meal prep for the day after, fine. If it means Sunday you meal prep for the entire week, fine. Whatever it may be, you just need to set yourself up for success. I also like the option of going to the gym after work, even though it's harder, because at the end of the workday you're not going to want to go to the gym. But the point is, it keeps you out of the house. It keeps you out of the bar. It keeps you away from a party. Whatever your guilty pleasure is, it keeps you away from, even if it's food. The fact you're at the gym and not at home where food is, it helps. And having things to do, if it is meal prepping once you get home from the gym, it also keeps you away from that guilty pleasure, whatever it may be. I don't care what any guilty pleasure it is. If you're at the gym, it's taking you away from the guilty pleasure. If you're meal prepping at 8:30 after a long day of work and after a gym session, you're not going to have the energy to be able to meal prep and dive into this guilty pleasure, let alone be able to succeed the day after when you're living on 6 hours of sleep because you have to get up early for work. And there's this constant grind to it that it gets draining after so long. I was so frustrated and tired. I was a gym guy after the work day. Yeah, and then I became a 4 a.m. warrior. But yeah, I loved the gym after just because it kept me grounded in the fact that I didn't have to go home and fight food addiction. Same thing could have went for porn. I wasn't watching porn, but that could have also killed that taste for that too. You just got to stay busy. And I was just talking to one of my best friends about, him struggling with life, and he's trying to stay busy all the time, trying to fight all these sad thoughts and these negative thoughts. And yeah, it's tiring staying busy all the time. It sucks. Sometimes you just want to relax and, indulge in yourself, but it doesn't do anything good for you. What does indulging in yourself do? What does pleasuring yourself right now for the next 5 seconds do? Not even pleasuring yourself. The temporary gratification of any type of drug literally doesn't affect you positively. Maybe you're high for a bit, but when you come off the high, now you're in a worse state than when you started. When you dive into the eating disorder, you are worse the day after than when you started. When you dive into porn addiction, your future relationships, your future marriage, future relationship just becomes deteriorated with lack of seriousness because now your mind is elsewhere. Now your mind is thinking about other men or women, whatever gender you are right now. Your counterpart will never be able to fulfill something in you when you have that type of addiction. And any addiction is going to impact you negatively compared to positively in the long term, obviously. So it's all about just staying busy in life and investing in yourself, guys. That's what fitness is all about. Fitness is all about mental and physical health investments. No one, even me, I don't really want to drink water. I got water right here. I don't want to drink water. I want to drink pop. Dude, I crave pop. But, pop's not going to benefit me. Maybe later down the line, if I'm sitting around the campfire with my grandkids, maybe then I earn a Diet Coke. But, dude, fitness is one of the best positive investments that you can devote yourself to fight any addiction. It gives you something to grind towards. Part of it sucks, so it means you have to force yourself to do it. And that will to do something that you don't want to do is like the same thing with an addiction. You have to do something that you don't want to do, right? But for the gym, it benefits you. Getting outside of your comfort zone and doing this, it benefits you. Stop indulging. Zach, focus, man. Stopping the indulgence of porn, of alcohol, of cocaine, of heroin is not something you want to do. You want to indulge. But the fact that you have the will to stop yourself is something that is built from a fitness journey. Knowing that you can keep your entire house clean. The fact you can go to the gym every day. The fact you can diet 24/7. All of those things will create this mental fortitude in you that you are unstoppable, that you are a warrior. And that's what allows you to fight addictions. That's what allows you to just be an incredible man, incredible woman. Whatever gender you are, just be the best possible version of yourself. Like, seriously. I couldn't recommend a fitness journey anymore to someone who has addictions or eating disorders. And just compare lifestyles. I don't play video games anymore. I don't really watch Netflix. If I'm I don't know, maybe once a month I'll throw on a movie while I'm sitting there working. But literally none of the lifestyle habits that I used to do when I was fat, I do now. I read now. I never used to read. I fill my brain with podcasts and informational stuff. I never used to do that. Uh, I'm a positive guy now. I used to be a negative person. You have to, if you want to change as a person, you have to be the complete opposite. You have to do the complete opposite of what that old self of you would have wanted. For you right now, it might be, it's what, you have to do the opposite of what you currently want to do. Not what you currently need to do, but what you currently want to do. I want to play video games, but I don't. I refrain myself from playing video games, and if I can refrain myself from playing video games that I grew up, I did for 10 hours a day, then I can stop watching porn, then I can stop eating sugar. Small things like that, right? So just start winning in other aspects of your life. Start conquering other aspects of your life, and everything will carry over to whatever aspect you're really losing in, whatever that addiction really is in. So I'm sorry for the long video. I'm at about 16, 17 minutes, so I apologize. But I'm going to head out. Until next video, guys, good luck with whatever weight loss, health, fitness journey that you're on, whatever addictions you're fighting. And trust me, if I can go from 400 to 180 pounds, if I can fight a porn addiction, eating disorders, hospitalizing myself with the eating disorders that I had, you could achieve everything that you want to too. I'm nothing special, and it's not easy. I get that. It might not take the first try of being able to overcome it, but with practice, with the proper plan, you got this. I love you, and I'm rooting for you. Peace out. Have a good day, guys.